The largest and heaviest of all is the fallen obelisk. Decorated on all of its four sides, this 13-story obelisk is 33 meters high and 4 meters wide. Its estimated weight exceeds 500 tons. With 11 stories, the second largest obelisk is 26 meters high. It is decorated on all four sides too. Looted by fascist Italy in 1937, it was taken to Rome in 3 pieces. It took 7 decades before Italy finally gave in to the intense diplomatic and popular pressure from Ethiopia and friends of Ethiopia to return the stolen obelisk to its rightful owners. This is the third largest and still standing obelisk. This 10-story obelisk has remained in the same place and position ever since its erection. These unique and magnificent obelisks symbolize Axum's technological superiority. Even today, it is still not understood how these massive monolithic edifices were quarried, transported more than 4 kilometers and erected. Axum is Ethiopia's Christian capital. Built in the 4th century AD in Axum, the original church of St. Mary of Zion, or Mariam Zion, was the first church in sub-Saharan Africa, and perhaps one of the earliest churches in the world. The city of Axum serves as a base for visiting a number of historical and religious sites, including those in and around Yeha and Adwa. The well-laid-out Axum Archaeological Museum inside the northern Stelae field contains an interesting variety of objects found in the tombs, ranging from ordinary household objects, such as lamps and incense burners, to quite sophisticated glassware, beautiful lion gargoyles, a charming pot shaped like a 3-legged bird, well-preserved Sabaean and Ge'ez inscriptions dating back over 2,500 years, an amphora from Turkey or Cyprus that provides evidence of ancient trading routes, and a particularly nice collection of Axumite coins. The Axumite kingdom was famous for its economic prosperity, architectural ingenuity, and cultural vibrancy. Arguably, the obelisks in the ancient city of Axum are the best-known legacies of this great civilization. Beneath these obelisks are found royal tombs, and what is certain is that these obelisks have no comparison anywhere in the world, being the largest single pieces of stone ever erected. Very close to Yeha, the site of the Battle of the Adwa can easily be visited on foot. It was here in 1896, against the dramatic backdrop of the mountains that make up the teeth of Adwa, that the fate of this great nation was decided. Here the ill-equipped and ill-trained Ethiopian militias, drawn from all over the country, delivered a stunning rebuff to the colonial ambitions of Italy and triumphed over an invading modern Western army. Today, Adwa remains a symbol of resistance that preserved the independence of this ancient country. A milestone in African history, the victory of Adwa also inspired black peoples around the world and all those then suffering under the yoke of colonialism to stand up and fight for their freedom. Dedicated to one of the 9 saints, the church of Abba Garima has both religious and historical significance. The illustrated 6th century Gospel, the only one of its kind, is one of the notable treasures of the church. Less than 5 kilometers southeast of the site of the Battle of Adwa, the church has gained additional significance for being the burial place of Ras Alula Abu Nega, the famous Ethiopian military commander who defeated the invading Italian army. Tembien is located in south-central Tigray. With its range of mountains, deep gorges and flowing river, Tembien provides many examples of the striking natural beauty for which Tigray is rightly proud. It also houses the region's only hydropower dam on the Tekeze River, one of the tributaries of the Nile and the man-made lake upstream. The Mekele Abiy Adi Adwa road takes the traveller through a very scenic terrain. One could take a short detour from the road to visit some of the rock-hewn churches in the area. Abba Yohane is perhaps the most famous rock-hewn church of the area. This rock-hewn church is believed to have been built in the 14th century. Climbing halfway to the 150-meter-high sharp rocky cliff, the monastery has a man-made tunnel, the only entrance to the church. The church has 14 columns, of which 7 are freestanding, with spectacular cruciform. Cross carvings and other decorations embellish the domes, cupolas, and arches of the church. Gabriel Wuken is one of the notable ancient churches in Tembien, 16 kilometers from Abiy Adi on the road to Adwa. Built in the 15th century by Saint Abuna Daniel, it has features of modern architectural styles. The church houses a variety of relics, such as a gold cross, golden threaded cloth, a gold-plated cross donated by Emperor Johannes IV, and antique curtains. In eastern Tigray, the Desa forest, a lush green forest near Atsbi, is a reminder of the fact that most of the highlands of the region were once covered with dense forests. Tigray's historical, religious and cultural wealth is as overwhelmingly rich as it is diverse. In addition to the Tigrinya-speaking Ethiopians, Tigray is also home to 2 minority Ethiopian nationalities, namely the Irob and the Kunama, who live in the northeastern and northwestern parts of the region respectively. Tigray shares borders with the Afar region to the east, Eritrea to the north, Sudan to the west, and the Amhara regional state to the south. From end to end, Tigray is steeped in history that goes as far back as some 3,000 years. One of Tigray's unique edifices of great historical, archaeological and architectural significance is the Temple of Yeha. Some 60 kilometers east of Aksum, the temple at Yeha is thought to have been built in the 8th century BC. Standing for more than 2.5 millennia, it is the oldest building in sub-Saharan Africa. It's a magnificent structure, remarkable for, among other things, its structural strength, geometrical perfection, and architectural beauty. Yeha was a center of the Da'amat kingdom that existed before Aksum.
Many centuries older than Aksum civilization, according to my opinion, starts in the 1st century after Christ, and this is many centuries earlier, and it is also very important in comparison to the Yemenite situation in pre-Christian times. So we have the parallels, of course, but not only parallels. There are also Ethiopian native sources.
Aksum was the heart from which the pulse of this great civilization throbbed. Its ruined palaces, tombs, majestic monuments and inscriptions are attestations of its past glory. At one time it extended across the Red Sea to Yemen, and was reckoned by the 3rd century Persian historian Mani to be one of the 4 great powers of the ancient world, alongside Persia, China and Rome.